Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this, this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMAT and MMTLP, and after George's resignation, we're going to be looking at his explosive tweet, and there is also in that tweet a proposal for a debate with Jack Harding. So we're going to be looking at reactions, opinions, and whose side most of the retail investors are on. So stay tuned for that. Before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first headline here from investing.com, who've looked at the Wall Street 2023 performance, and we can say here for 2023 so far, the Dow Jones is up 9.4%, S&P 500 is up 19.9%, the Nasdaq is up 37.6%, and the Russell 2000 is up 6.8%. So certainly a much better year than 2022. And in other breaking news from China, we can see here the China November CPI inflation has fallen 0.5% year on year, and this is the biggest annual decline since November 2020. So hopefully good news there for China-based stocks. So before we look at George's tweet and the reactions, I'm going to start by providing what led to this. So first of all, what I posted yesterday is that Meta Materials have released a board letter to shareholders, and after a long time they are finally responding to the thousands of shareholder concerns and questions regarding MMTLP. So this happened yesterday, and we can see here what I've also stated is that shareholders deserved a response much earlier than this, and we also deserve to have a board that is listening much more actively to its shareholders. So we know that George Palikaras has resigned, so the board currently have come out, or should we say try to come out fighting, and what they've stated in this press release, they stated here that we hope George would continue in the company in a role that allowed him to apply laser focus and with regard to his strengths in technology. We spent the next 6 days trying to persuade George in other key roles such as CTO, Chief Strategy Officer, but he rejected the positions, and maybe they want your support to vote for a reverse split. So this is my opinion in terms of why they may be doing this, but certainly what's led to George's explosive tweet is this thing here, where they've also stated in the context of George ultimately opposed a reverse split are false. So this is what the company are saying, and they are saying the board unanimously voted in favor of a reverse split. George was a member of the board during that time frame and in the weeks that follow. So they've not provided minutes, they've not provided evidence of this, and what we have had yesterday was a response to what looks like this press release from the company, and George certainly seems to be reacting to this and disagreeing with this. So we have a situation where George is not agreeing with this, and he has stated that he's against the reverse split. So let's now have a look at George's post. So what George has stated here is that he has just landed from Washington DC and entering the plane home. So what he was doing in DC, we're not sure, but hopefully we will find out, because he is going to follow up with more information. But one of the things that George has pointed out is that that press release from Meta Materials was badly written, and it included spelling his name incorrectly. So Palikaras was misspelled by the company, so very amateurish and unprofessional there. So certainly not a good post from the company. And he also states here he is currently preparing a full response, and he intends to release it prior to the AGM. So we will get this very soon. But what's interesting here is he stated that he's going to invite, or he would like to invite, Mr. Harding to join him live on the Twitter Spaces or any other platform. So he's now also saying, let our MMAT shareholders decide who really has a plan and who has the best interest of the shareholders. And he goes on to say here, I've resigned from the board. I'm now in a position to share that I voted all my shares no to the proposed reverse split. So that is contrary to the press release from the company, who stated that George agreed with the reverse split, and George has obviously now gone against them. So I can only imagine that the board was counting on my vote. So he's basically saying that it was wishful thinking from the board. And he's finished off here by saying, this live debate is a great opportunity for transparency. So it's a message here from George that is now over to you, Jack Harding. Let's now get some reactions and opinions. So first of all, Phantom has stated here, George, if Mr. Harding agrees to a debate in a space, I can't think of anybody who is going to be more perfect to host this other than Terry Juncker. So I will second that. I think Terry will be a great choice, and Terry has been a huge advocate for metamaterials for such a long time, and he knows that he will hold a balanced and fair debate for you both. So I think that's a great suggestion there, and hopefully Terry will make himself available. What Kay Kepper stated here is, as a shareholder, I'm requesting that Jack agrees to participate in the debate. She's emailed, sent questions via signature, required the mail, and is awaiting answers. So let's see what Jack Harding does. What Marduka stated here is, the questions are there, ready to protect the kingdom. We will stand with you. GP voted all his shares no to the proposed reverse split and other AGM proxy proposals, withholding the board of director names. Yes to the auditor. You can change your vote up until 11:59 p.m. December the 9th, which is today. So that is if you have already voted. And what Marduk has basically gone on to say is that AGM is less than 48 hours away. This is your time to vote or re-vote. It's running out. George voted to withhold for the board of directors, no to the reverse split, and obviously he trusts in George. And what my friend Buddy has stated here is the statement issued by MMAT implied that George was in favour of a reverse stock split. However, in response to the press release, George has stated that he is opposed to the reverse stock split. So we could say that somebody is not telling the truth. This needs to be addressed prior to the AGM on the 11th of December, i.e. today or tomorrow. And if the board would like to gain any credibility with the shareholders, you and Jack will debate with George immediately. So let's see what happens from Jack's point of view. Another important message here from MMAT News, they've stated, if you care how your vote ends, you must end your vote before voting is over, because if you do not vote, basically your vote will automatically be voted by the company. So they will vote on your behalf, and that will be a proxy vote. Let's now get a reaction from Gardner Wade, and what he stated here is, I've just read this, George, to clarify, Jack and the board of directors, we have lost 95% in the share price in 2023. That's quite staggering. Take responsibility. We and I was there too and failed the shareholders. I warned everyone that we were being seller boxed for the last 18 months. So it sounds like nobody was listening to Gardner. And what he's also stated is his vote is for a no reverse split. Product works, go sign deals. So that's the key message from Gardner. What we can see here from Ben, he states here, the shareholders, we can't point to any new partnerships or changes from George's tenure. Issued massive dilution for no return while begging people to vote for a reverse split with no financial updates. Never hosted a call to introduce ourselves. Here is a letter blaming the old CEO. And I think one of the most interesting reactions here is from Steamroller, who's posted a letter dated December the 8th, 2023. So go ahead and check this post out from Steamroller with 8 important questions that remain unanswered. Let's now get a reaction from Short Squeeze, who stated, in terms of Jack Harding, sharing an image and picture of him there, I introduce you to some of the lawsuits that were filed against Jack Harding and his company that were either dismissed or mediated. And basically mediated means the two parties came up with an agreement, and Short Squeeze is basically against the reverse split. So let's see what happens. And finally, I'm going to finish off by sharing a negative reaction in terms of what's happening. What Crypto Pete has stated here is the company had plenty of time to release a statement with George at the helm and didn't. The new leadership has evaluated the company's needs and now has to address them, and George ruined the company. So I'm going to finish off by sharing with you my own overall personal opinion on the whole situation. So those of you who've been following the channel for a while will know that I have in the past called out George in terms of some of his errors. I don't think he has been perfect in all these decisions. I think he has made mistakes, and I think he certainly could have been more forthcoming in his communication, which I think was too cryptic at times. In terms of the current situation right now, I think he is the best person for the job in terms of being the CEO of the company. I think he has the expertise, and he is the person who is basically behind the company. So I'm not in favor of the reverse split. I'm not in favor of the current board. I do think George is the person who should be leading the company, but what I also believe is that George should get experts out there who can help him to get contracts, help him to generate revenue. George is more of a technology person, and if he can get more people out there to get those contracts, to get the company where it should be, then that is overall the best outcome. And in my opinion, I think if the company do get onto the OTC, we know there are prominent companies already trading on the OTC, including Volkswagen and Panasonic, and it's more a case of let's get the contracts, but definitely not in favor of the reverse split. I finally like to finish off by having some quick updates on MMTLP. So the good news is on this 1 year anniversary, Republican Eli Crane has now also posted again, and he stated here it's been a full year since the trading halt of MMTLP. Far too many of my constituents still need answers, and I will continue advocating on their behalf. We need transparency, and at the moment we have not had this transparency, and what John has stated here is on this somber anniversary of the trading halt in MMTLP, he wants to repost this from the morning of December the 9th, 2022, before he knew of the halt. So pretty accurate. As we sit here a year later, we have made some progress, but not enough, and knowing what he knows, he feels very confident in FINRA fraud. Never give up. Well, again, nobody's over here in the MMTLP community is certainly giving up. We will be there till the end. As far as I'm concerned, I will be there till the end, until the nefarious actors have paid the price, and obviously everybody who has invested in MMTLP has got some form of resolution. And finally, if you would like to get access to our trading daily stock alerts as well as the weekly watch list, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.